Hi students, Mr. Bergen here. This is a lesson 4 review of making blocks for a quiz program. So I've got a totally blank screen and I'm going to go to the purple section called More Blocks. I'm going to choose Make a Block and I'm going to give the name Quiz for my block. But I'm not pushing return now. I'm not clicking OK. I'm going to options and I need a string input. String means text. And then I need a second one. And so I'm going to have two string inputs. And the Scratch program calls them string 1 and string 2. But I'm going to come in and I'm going to call one question and the other one I'm going to call real answer, so I'm not going to confuse it with the answer variable in Scratch. And make sure you have two of these inputs, sometimes called parameters, and then you click OK. And now what I've got is the making of a block. And this block is going to be, once the user specifies a question, the question is going to be fed to this block. What do I mean by that? Well, the main program is going to be separate from the block. So in my main program, I'm going to have a variable, maybe called, I don't know, score, and I'm going to set score to be 0. And then I'm going to have a quiz question about binary. So I go to more blocks, and I'm going to pull out the quiz that I've already made, even though I haven't done that yet. And here is where I'm going to ask a question, like, what is 8 in binary? And then I'm going to type in the answer, because I'm smart now, and you're smart, and you know binary, and you speak it, 1000. When the program runs, it's going to do green flag, set score, and then it's going to do this. And what that means is it's calling out quiz using what is 8 in binary and 1000. So what is 8 in binary goes into this thing called question. So if I go ask, I'm not going to do any typing. I'm going to take the question which pulls out of the purple block and I'm going to drop it in here. So it's going to ask the question, and what is the question? Well, for the first question, it's going to be what is 8 in binary, right? But then I'm going to have a second question. I'm going to go to more blocks, and I'm going to pull quiz down here, and now I'm going to say, what is, I don't know, what is 1101 in decimal? Because decimal and binary are two different languages for speaking numbers. And the right answer, which I've got to figure out, right, is, I believe, 13. So each of the purple commands passes the text of the first question and the text of the answer. So now what I have to construct is if-then logic, right? And what's appropriate for this is not the if-then command, but the if-then-else command. So the human is going to be asked, right, what is 8 in binary? And it's going to type into a variable, and we know this, right? We're in lesson 4 now. It's the variable answer. So I want to see if answer, which I'll put over here, is equal to real answer, which pulls off. People don't realize it pulls off. I want to see if these two things are equal. The real answer, which I know is 1000, 1000, and the answer that the user types in. So I go to operator, and I go to equals. Where are you? Equals, there you are. And I say, if real answer equals the answer that the user has typed in, then I can do any number of things. I can do fancy things, but at the very basic thing, I'm going to say you got it right, maybe for 2 seconds, say correct for 2 seconds, and then I will increase the score by 1, change score by 1 in the variable. And if you get it wrong, right, I'm going to do a little bit more than just say you got it wrong. I'm going to tell the person the real answer. So I'm going to use a say for 2 seconds, and I'm just going to say something like wrong. It is, and notice I'm typing a space after the S. Right? Programmers do that, take care of details. Wrong it is, and this needs to be put into a join command. Join lets us glue two things together. So I'm going to take wrong it is, and I'm going to cut it out and put it in hello. And then in world, I'm going to put the correct answer. What's the correct answer? It's the purple real answer, which pulls off over there. And that's what's going to be said for 2 seconds. Okay? Now, this quiz is now done, believe it or not, at the JV level. When green flag is clicked, the score starts off as 0. I'm going to have 5 questions down here. I only have 2, but each time I want another one, I just go here and I pull the quiz off like that and I type it. Or if you want a shortcut, you can take that, hold shift down, and you can duplicate. And now you can have questions here, and they're all going to be going to the block that was called define. All right? So this is the JV version, and I hope you do the varsity version, but if you don't, that's okay. Or maybe you can do 1 or 2 of the varsity things. All right, Mr. Bergen signing off. Hope this helps you with creating a purple block for a quiz program. Bye, everybody.